Hi there. I hope you liked my little mini instrument noodling around thing that was going on right there. That's using these things, which are known as piezos or piezo pickups. If you're in the UK, piezo maybe. It's also known as a transducer, or it could be referred to as a buzzer if it's used in the opposite way as a sound producer rather than a sound pickup. So it has many names, and it's actually very inexpensive. I got a whole bunch of these on eBay for just a few bucks. And you can put these into virtually anything that vibrates and creates sound with them. You just glue them in there. I used a bit of hot glue on the ukulele, and I used a bit of silicone on my electric guitar. I put some in there too. So I'll actually take the electric guitar out to the other room and demonstrate that with an amp in a minute for you. Just like to talk real briefly about what this thing is. It's a pretty cool little invention that allows you to boost the signal of these piezos pretty significantly. Now, if you've ever worked with these before and hooked them up to maybe a cigar box guitar or, well, anything, if you just wire it up to a jack, you're going to find that the output is really low. So low, in fact, that you'll probably have to turn your amp up a whole lot just to hear it. Depends on your amp, but that might be noisy if you have to turn it up that much. The reason being, well, these have a very low output signal. They also have a really low output impedance. It's just a little bit more than a microphone and a whole lot less than a guitar. So what I did is I took two of these in parallel. These ones specifically are 300 ohms. So in parallel, it's half that, it's 150. And that's about the same as a microphone. Now this box uses a microphone input transformer for a mic preamp. So it takes that 150 ohms and converts it to high impedance, which in this case is 15K. Now that's roughly the same as the output impedance of an electric guitar. So it now works more like an electric guitar and has a much higher volume as a result of using that step-up transformer. So that's why it's passive. It just uses a transformer to boost the signal up. Works really good. And this is a 2-in-1 box. It uses the same transformer as my last invention, the TI box. So if you built that, or if you're thinking about building it, you could have two for the price of one. The way that I did it, I also have a true bypass switch on here. And the reason why I did that is because I want to be able to hook up my electric guitar and be able to bypass the transformer when doing that, just using the regular pickups. And then when I switch over to the piezo, I want to be able to use a piezo preamp. Now you could run the regular guitar pickups through that transformer. It's just going to give you a whole lot of distortion because of an impedance mismatch. So that may be cool too. I don't know. Might be worth checking out. I'm going to actually try that in a few minutes here when I get out to the other room. But before I do that, I'll just tell you that I put two of those piezos in my Gibson SG, and I wired in a push-pull control to activate it. So when you pull this out, it bypasses this humbucker and uses the piezo and these controls, so you have a volume and a tone control. found that interesting. Next time I'm going to put together a video where I discuss in detail how to build this exact 2-in-1 box. I'll give you a schematic at that time. But if your goal is really just to have a passive piezo preamp, you don't even need this box. Really all you need is the transformer that's in it. So you could simplify things and just mount that right inside of your instrument. You don't need a switch or external box or any of that stuff. That just really simplifies the whole thing. You just then have 4 wires to deal with and some solder and a soldering iron. It's a small enough transformer that you could fit it inside of a cigar box guitar or acoustic guitar, maybe even an electric if there's enough room in the cavity. So I will provide a link to the Jensen Transformers website in the description of this video to the exact transformer that I'm using here, and then you can just buy that right from them directly. That's all there is to it. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great one. Bye-bye.